And I just hit record on my end.
Now, we got 1,000 subscribers!
Yay! Woo! Finally! Thank all of you! Thank you so much, every last one of you guys. You're awesome.
Oh my gosh, finally. It took us a while, didn't it? But, yeah, thanks for sticking with us.
It's been a long, rough road, but we're finally here. Moving inch forward, feels like a... And I don't know the rest off the top of my head.
That's it. 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully this is just the beginning. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I've actually looked up a few YouTube videos seeing what happens when you reach 1,000 subscribers.
I've constantly heard it's like pushing a boulder uphill, and once you reach 1,000 or so, the hill finally drops, and the YouTube kind of carries you the rest of the way.
Well, let's hope that's true.
I don't know if that's because of monetization or what, but yeah.
I've also heard that YouTube sends you an email and it's like, hey, we believed in you, or something like that.
It's like, no, you didn't. Don't you lie to me.
We had to keep making all these videos and every day posting these videos to get to where we are.
Videos that sometimes nobody watches, but that's beside the point.
Well, there's a lot fewer of those than there used to be, thank goodness.
Videos that no one watched.
Yeah, there you go. So I figure, hey, 1,000 subscribers, that's a pretty good checkpoint right there. So it's time for a change.
Oh, yes. So we're going to be looking different now. And by different, I mean slightly different. Slight redesigns, but you'll still know it's us. It's like when the Sonic characters got redesigned. I just have Sonic on the brain a lot right now. I don't know why.
Without further ado, introducing the new designs for Psycat and Taio! And there it was! Wasn't that amazing?
Was that animation the new opening?
That wasn't the new opening. This is!
Head to the go-go, baby!
Oh my gosh!
What's that? It's not just a super easy to do motion tween that we copied from Contra?
Although we made it go the other way from Contra, as we learned, but that's beside the point. And it has nothing to do at all with me misremembering how the Contra opening went. Nope, not at all.
That's us. I also redesigned the logo, as you guys saw in the new opening.
Yeah, it looks almost exactly the same, except you have a gradient and the controller wires are rearranged slightly.
I wanted to look kind of more solid than it did before. Before it was just letters hanging in space.
Yeah. So, Mark, do you want to discuss some of the details behind the designing process of our new designs?
Yes, let's talk about the designs. So I wanted to... Because, of course, this isn't the first time I redesigned our characters. In fact, why don't I real quick put up how our characters looked in the very beginning.
Before you even had the jacket?
Before, yeah, and then let's go to the newer designs that are getting replaced now. And you can see a pretty, like, I added a tie, which,
Yeah, the thing is, I don't wear ties normally, but, and I told Mark about that, and then eventually he went to when he went to make these designs, originally he was going to remove it, and I was like, wait, what are you doing? No!
Yeah, because...
I don't know, I kind of grew attached to it.
And when I was redesigning, doing the new design, I added a backpack because just about every time Mike comes over to this house to record, he's always lugging over game systems and games and stuff and controllers and stuff in his backpack. And I was like, you know what? Why doesn't your character have a backpack? You always bring a backpack over to record. It makes too much sense.
Exactly. I like the fact that you actually made your hair look curly.
Yeah.
That's something that I've picked on Mark on for a long time now about his character design. In real life he has rather curly hair, but you would never know it from the way he draws his character.
Actually, it was kind of weird because I was going to say, oh, it's more like when I get a fresh haircut what my hair looks like. But that's not even the case, because if that were the case, it would be even shorter than what I drew. Yeah, it just didn't look right. I actually tried redesigning it, making that look a bit shorter at first. You know, I still have the original concept art or sketches I made, so why don't I put those up too? And so
sure.
You can see here that I started out trying to make that one that design for the hair look a bit shorter. And then I figured, you know what, let's try the curly hair. And I said, oh, if I can make it look good. And I got some reference material and I was trying to make it look curly. And it turned out better than I thought it would. And I was like, okay, this is just the way it has to be now. It just looks too good.
To be perfectly honest, he kind of looks like a real-life John Arbuckle. More so than the one in the movie.
Except John doesn't have glasses. You know what? It's weird.
I said more like a real...
But doesn't John seem like the type of character that would have glasses when you think about it?
A nerdy dork, yes.
Yeah.
Did you just call your best friend a nerdy dork? What of it? So am I. I mean... By the way, why did you change your shirt from yellow to purple?
Like, wasn't it orange before? Yeah.
No, wait. The original design was yellow. When you redesigned us, it was orange. Or, no, wait. It was orange, then it was yellow, now it's purple.
Yeah, I changed it because purple and orange are my favorite colors. And I figured, you know what? I've been wearing this orange shirt for all this time. Why don't I mix it up? Why don't I just change it to purple for this iteration? And yeah.
And my favorite colors are red and blue.
And that's what your character's wearing. Mostly red, but your tie's blue.
Yeah, that's actually one of the reasons I wanted to keep the tie. It helps break up the color scheme a little bit, and it adds some blue on my character without it being too overwhelming.
It's a small detail, but I also moved where the whiskers were, because if you look at the cat, their whiskers are pretty dang close to where their nose is. But the second redesign, the first redesign rather, the whiskers were kind of far away from your nose. They were like kind of out there. So yeah. And speaking of your nose, I made it a bit more realistic to an actual cat nose's shape instead of just a triangle.
I kind of like the triangle nose from like a cartoony aspect, but the new shape isn't bad.
It also works well with the shape of your eyes now. The shape of your eyes is a bit more cat-like now. The first redesign I was going for a more big eye cartoony look, and not that that's bad, but I wanted something different this time.
Yeah. Also, Mark sent me like several mock-up drawings of...
I'll put those up for people to look at right here.
And I was like, okay, well, I think it was the top right, because I don't have it in front of me right now. But I was like, I like the ears on the top right one, but I like everything else about the bottom left, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so if you take those ears and put it with the rest of that, do that. Yeah.
Okay, one last thing to talk about when it comes to redesigns. I removed the badges that was on my jacket in the second iteration, because they were supposed to have S and G on them, like on different sides, but that is a nightmare when it comes to like I'd want to flip the character around, and now we've got these different badges on them, and I just came to not really like the badges that much. So I'm kind of glad I got rid of them. I tried to make our characters as symmetrical as possible so they'd be easy to animate.
Well, now I'm going to have to get all new material from you for making thumbnails.
Yep. Well, speaking of thumbnails, I also the thumbnails are already done, or the basic thumbnail character designs, and I've included a bunch of different arm positions, which should be pretty useful.
Yay.
Anyway, we've gone on long enough about this. Let's move on to the next topic.
So, we're going to be having an upcoming video that will show the making of a Strategy Guides episode. It sounds a lot more exciting than it actually is. I mean,
It's going to show off everything from the rooms we record in to the editing software we use,
to the technical difficulties we have every single recording day. Oh wait,
it's not going to be out anytime soon, but it's definitely coming. So you can probably expect that within the next month or somewhere around that, probably. We'll see. We got to get our recording set up in order because right now, oh my goodness, it's a cluttered mess.
Alright, so talk about future games we'll be playing. I think some of them should be pretty darn obvious. Like, we're going to find a way to do all the Mega Man and Mega Man games we haven't done yet, including the X series and the Legends series and the Zero series and the ZX series and all of those and you know, the rest of the Sonic games, including the bad ones, especially the bad ones.
And of course, we started it, so now we got to play through the entire Spectros series again, if that wasn't a given.
Yeah. That's one of the few things we can never escape. Just like we can never escape Parappa, which Mark plans to do actually blindfolded.
I was going to do that before we reached 1,000 subscribers, but you guys got us here pretty dang fast from 900. How long has it been? I can't even remember.
I'll be perfectly honest. I think a certain little something that's been going on in the world may have had a hand in that.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's one thing I wasn't expecting, is that an international health crisis would be going on at the same time that we got to 1,000 subscribers. That's something I didn't see coming.
Yeah, and I don't like saying, oh, we got to that, because we got to this point in part because of that, because, I don't know, it sounds tasteless to say.
Yeah. I also feel we would have gotten here even without this.
I do too. I do too.
That.
I think it just made things go a lot faster, but you know, I also want to just pay respects and condolences to anyone who has suffered through it or has had family members suffer through it and whatnot. Like, there's literally nothing I can say that would make it better, but I just...
It just stinks. But, hey, that's just what we're dealing with now. I think we should move on to a lighter topic.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, everyone.
Anyway, we've heard tales that when you get to 1,000 subscribers, it gets supposedly easier to get subscribers and views and stuff.
I don't know if that's because of monetization. I think that was true even before the whole
I think it was true even before that they changed that. Yeah.
Oh, another going back to the talking about future games playing and everything. I really want to get. And I kind of wanted to do it for this year, but it's gonna have to wait till next year now. I really want to get Jacob to do a full playthrough of Billy Hatcher for an Easter special.
Right.
I really want to see that.
Yeah, we definitely got to get to that.
You know, it's funny. I've been talking to Mark a lot about things I plan to do for when we eventually get to Sonic Adventure. I'm not going to spill the beans on the details here now, but Mark just found it funny that I was going, like, all in on all these different little details that I wanted to do for that game of all things. And then I'm like, oh wow, we still have a whole bunch of other Sonic games to get
So many games to play. So many games.
And so little time. Speaking of which, hey Mark, when are you gonna record more bass segments? I got all my Mega Man segments done. Where you at, bro? Where you at?
When I don't have to worry about the background of the opening, which
And the character design.
it's just the background at this point for the most part. I think that pretty much covers everything.
Yep, it pretty much does.
Anyway, thanks for subscribing. I'm so happy we finally got to 1,000 subscribers. This is
The next time we celebrate, we should celebrate next at 1,999 subscribers, so we can party like it's 1999.
Sure, let's do that. I'm not making a new opening at that point.
Oh,
though.
no.
But let's do that. New opening at 10,000 subscribers, everybody.
Oh, don't joke, because the next thing you'll know. Anyways, bye.
Bye. Thanks so much. See ya.